Hello there. Microphone is on. Okay, we're good. So I've decided to pick up DrawABox lately and try to learn how to draw a little bit. Or I guess relearn. I did take some art classes in high school a while back. But yeah, I've been doing like a day or two of this DrawABox stuff so far, and it's pretty interesting, so figured I would just do kind of a chill little experiment. It's extremely like my webcam is literally just strapped to my microphone's arm, so it's kind of you'll see when I swap to the drawing camera, but it's a little awkward. But I'm just gonna roll with it for now. This is kind of just for me as hopefully a tool to help keep me honest in keeping up and practicing with this, and having something to look back to. So I'll probably air my frustrations audibly, so down the line I can look back and be like, wow, I was really angsty because I can't draw a straight line, or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and remute myself, and we'll go through the video of the assignment I'm going to work on today. So today the main thing I need to do is the one filled page of the ghosted lines exercise. Or no, not this. I did this yesterday, and it was a bit demoralizing. It was pretty difficult. So today is 2 filled pages of the ghosted planes exercise. Looking on the stream, I'm not sure if my box for this browser source is big enough, but we'll just rock with it for now. I think it'll be okay. Not ghosted lines. I did that yesterday. Ghosted planes. Let's watch the video. I think the video will be enlightening. Turn my mic off for this.
This last exercise builds right on the ghosted lines exercise by making it a little bit more structured and purposeful. Once you're finished lesson 1 and incorporate these exercises into your regular warm-up routine, you may opt to just do the ghosted planes exercise instead of the ghosted lines one. So, a plane. In this case, it's basically any quadrilateral or shape with 4 sides. So, it's not necessarily a rectangle or a square, and it can have sides of any length. This exercise is basically to lay out our points to establish the 4 corners of such a shape, and to draw those edges one at a time while applying the ghosting method. So you should already be reasonably familiar with this. Of course, we're always rotating our pages to find a comfortable angle of approach. And if you're still struggling with overshooting or things like that, don't worry about it. I talked about in the levels of the ghosted lines exercise that, don't worry about still struggling with parts of this technique, because you're going to get lots of mileage with it overall in the fullness of time. So once we've got our 4 corners down and our edges, we will also draw across from corner to corner. We've already got these points down. We're going to create our diagonals. And lastly, we are going to draw, well, we're going to bisect this plane. So down the middle, don't worry too much about like this line necessarily going straight through the center. I'm not too concerned with that. You'll notice here that my pen's ink kind of died through the middle there. If that happens to you, don't worry about it. What matters is that the lines were drawn, not that they look perfectly solid. Although if that happens to you very often, drawing with a higher angle on your pen, like keeping it more upright, will definitely help with that. So, of course, the whole way through this, we employed the ghosting method, and we marked our start and end points, and we focused on executing that mark finally with confidence, not with wobbling, not with hesitation. Now, while we won't necessarily produce perfect results, the point is to focus on applying these 3 steps to every single mark we make, to have patience, to allow ourselves to demonstrate the best of which we are currently capable, and not to rush or feel like we're supposed to meet some arbitrary standard of speed or efficiency. And once we're done filling the whole page, it'll look something like this. So I've got my planes, reasonably large. I'm not trying to cramp them into small spaces, except for maybe here, but that's just because that's the space I had left over. And I'm trying to fill up the whole page, making sure to engage my whole arm when executing these marks. And there it is. Now, this exercise also introduces us to the idea that a drawing may be complicated. It may be made up of countless lines, shapes, forms, etc., and there might be a lot of going on. You may be tempted to feel that because the line you're drawing is just one of, say, 500, that you don't need to go through all the steps, that you can skip them and focus on the big picture. And this sort of thinking can actually happen very easily without us noticing it. Where in the previous exercise, the task itself was to draw lines, and every unit of work that we did in our minds was put towards drawing a single line. Later on, we're going to be drawing boxes, and that same idea of this is the unit of work that I'm applying to this task ends up being applied to boxes, even though those boxes each consist of 6 individual lines. And so if we fall down this trap of thinking, we make the mistake of applying the same amount of effort that you once used for a single line on a whole box. And of course, that's incorrect. So no matter what you're drawing in this course, I want you to focus on executing each and every mark to the best of your current ability. That means being patient, taking your time, and going through all the steps in every case. Do not rush.
And that is that. Looks honestly a bit daunting. Mostly because yesterday I was having some major issues with the ghosted lines. Just something about where to hold the pen. Oh, thank you, Zombie Brand. But yeah, I was like doing the ghosting technique, you like go over the line you're supposed to make like 3 or 4 times, and half the times I would just like scuff the page because I was trying to move my whole arm, like not pivoting from, like not resting your elbow down or whatever. And just while like ghosting over it, I would just like end up like half doing the line anyway, which is not what you're supposed to do. But let's pop on over to the actual page. Ghosted lines. I read through this a couple times today, but it's pretty straightforward. You make your 4 dots. Yeah. Find your right angle. Ghost through it a few times, and then execute the stroke with a confident, persistent pace. No hesitation. No thinking about the plane as the whole. Focus only on the mark you're making at the moment. Just not gonna lie, sounds yeah, no, the guy, the original explanation for the ghosted lines is actually pretty weeby. He was like, you're a samurai mastering your stroke. You do it over and over, and finally you execute. One second, let me pull that up, actually. That's pretty funny. Oh, I think it was in the video for it, actually.
Since the ghosting technique is going to be used for every single mark you...
I don't remember where it was. Screw it. Yeah, execute the mark with confidence. There was some samurai shenanigans in there. That's all I remember. Might have been this video. All right, enough fucking around. I guess I should probably give this a try. So let's see if this held up all right. It did not. It kind of did. All right, so this is my blank piece of paper. Man, I have my webcam like literally just sitting on my microphone arm. So, oh, it isn't too bad. You can see my hand all right. Move my mouse pad out the way. Let's get some tunes going too while we're here. Just gonna throw on real quiet like the lo-fi hip hop soundtrack thing from Twitch. Oh, that's pretty good. All right, let's get started. So just 4 random dots, huh? Go with 1, 2, 3, and 4. Looks good. So find an angle that works for you. This one, I find I like pushing through my lines so far, at least while I'm using my shoulder. And since I'm right-handed, I really like going like left to right. So you go over it until you feel like you got it. And once you got a good vibe for it, you let it rip. That was a little wobbly. That wasn't quite as good as it should be, but whatever. Does not matter. Wobbling means you hesitated. Short ones are really hard to do from the elbow, or from the shoulder, as far as shoulder drawing goes. But ooh, that was bad. That was really wobbly. I had to slow down a little bit. But we're gonna go from the points. So that's a pretty good angle for me. I missed, but it's a pretty good line. I might try a little more horizontal. Even though I can't see the end point, I find like the motion just feels a lot better for me that way. And that's where the ghosting helps, because that way I can ghost exactly where I need to stop and not have to worry about the fact that I can't really see it. It's not terrible. And then we do, the corners, right? I need to shift that down a little more that way. Little undershot, but at least it was smooth. Ah, see right there. Right there. You can barely see it. See that little tiny little black scratch? I did it again. Yeah. Just trying to ghost on an angle and just accidentally dipped my finger just a little bit forward. Probably something to do with this, but yeah. Left to right. Probably. I would imagine. Yeah, that one curved pretty badly. Alright, Right, and then what is it? We bisect it, so we want... I'm going to try another horizontal one. I like that a bit better, I think. Might go slightly slower. I don't know. It's hard because it's like, they're like, you want to execute confidently, like go right through, but if you go too slow, that's when you get like really like wobbly and like you get all caught up in your brain about it. But you don't want to go too fast and just like miss everything entirely, you know? Yeah, well, I got the marks all right. It wasn't quite in the middle, but that has more to do with my points being off. That should be an interesting line. Might do this one vertically, I think. Move my camera up a little bit. Just with the angle that I'm drawing at. Camera's kind of an afterthought, though. Yeah, best of your ability. That's right. That's the nice thing about it, though, is it's like, since you have to do it in ink, and it literally, like, actually, like, flipping over on the... I don't know if you're familiar with this program at all, the Zombie brand, but, or if that's where you're coming from. But what is it? Right here. Do not grind. Best of your ability and move on. Just don't grind. I like that aspect of it a lot. Oh, you are? Okay. Sweet. Yeah. Best of my ability. We'll get there. Oh, I came out pretty good. I don't know, talking through it might help a little bit. Alright, next one. Kind of put myself in a weird spot by leaving this little space over here, but that's whatever. Let's get a little close to the edge of the paper this time. Go 1, 2, I think 3, 4. Get kind of like a diamond shape going here. Yeah, I mean, it takes a while to complete. I think, what was the estimates? People were like, yeah, you know, like, people who put in like 8 hours a day sometimes do it in like 5 or 6 months. Most people take like 2 to 3 years. I got time to kill, so. Time to kill, and I've wanted to get back into drawing for a while, so. Good as places I need to start. And then for like the 50% rule for like the fun stuff to do in the free time, I've mostly been doing pixel art. Picked up Asprey a couple days ago. Been enjoying that quite a bit. Relying a bit too much on the dithering brushes there, but... Oh, it came out pretty good. Dithering brushes, they're just so nice because it takes like that like manual blending aspect of it and lets you just kind of like hand wave most of the hard parts of it. But a bit of a crutch, I think. Yeah, it's nice for what it is. I like the palettes. There are a few things. What was it? Trying to do custom brushes. There are some aspects of the custom brushes that completely elude me, and it's kind of upsetting. Like trying to make your own custom dithering size brush, and it like saves some of the colors weirdly, so it'll like sometimes pick up colors that aren't even in your palette, or like mask over things by mistake. I don't know. I gotta look into those settings more, but. And eventually it gets to the point where I'm just pissed and then just end up doing like big blocks and gradient fills with the like pre-built dithering setup. That came out pretty good. But it's fun. I like how small the scale is with pixel art. It's like good, like, because you can get like, if you do just doing like a 32 by 32 or like a 96 by 96 spray, you can like knock out something that like doesn't look terrible and like is like a good like little practice thing in like 45 minutes or an hour, which is perfect for weeknights. I'll just throw on like a cozy stream or like some Hololive or some shit, and or even just like a playlist like this of music, and just go at it before I go to bed. Picked up actually what is it, Paint Clip Studio, the like one all the like actual like artist people use. It's on sale right now for like 25 bucks. I ended up picking that up, even though I mean I don't have any like digital drawing stuff that I have access to, but I figure if I'm going down this road, might as well pick it up now while it's cheap and figure out the rest later. This one's kind of a hard angle to work with. Might actually be better just doing it like this. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. Little undershot there, but not the end of the world. Let's do this direct corner first, across this like parallelogram. All right. Yeah, a lot of people say for drawing it's like my monster of the day. A lot of people say it's basically as good as Photoshop for, like a fraction of the price. And since it's like a one and done payment, I was more okay with it. Like I'm not about to sub up for some software if I'm probably never going to use it, but like I think it was like 25 bucks for the pro version. I'm like, that seems like a worthy investment for the time being. I don't know if I'm feeling this angle on this one. I think I want to go horizontal. Maybe horizontal the other way. Yeah, that seems good. Right there. There to there. Curved a little bit and was a little short, but that's fine. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of renting software. I mean, I say that, but I do have like, I play MMOs and have like PS Plus, but I don't know. In like the software thing, like stuff people use for work, I mean, I know enterprise software is shit like that too, but in general, I'm not a big fan, I gotta say. That's like roughly in the middle. I think I'm a little south of the middle, but it doesn't really matter. Points are down. I overthought that one. Was still thinking about the points being down there and wiggled a bit at the end. I don't know. I popped into the Discord for this DrawABox stuff earlier today. Was poking around, lurking in there a bit. Seemed like pretty nice folk, pretty serious folk. There's like somebody asked in one of the general chats. They were like, "How many hours do y'all draw a day?" And one guy was just like, "Oh, like 5 to 8, 10 if I'm feeling a little like I need to get it." It's just like, what the hell? How do you have that much time? Felt like I've been going at a relatively breakneck pace for myself, doing like maybe 2, 3 a night these past couple nights, but I've also been doing other stuff though. Then teaching myself guitar, going on walks, just doing all that stuff I feel like doing. Let's like arc this one right in the middle, I think. And then just give it a weird little jut out angle over here. Yeah, how much of that is actual drawing? That's a pretty valid point. And there's a whole there's the efficiency of it too, It's like there comes a point where you're literally like your brain is just fried and you're not even yeah, there's something to be said for having that time to get your muscle memory in tune, but I know from the one thing I do have a lot of experience grinding out would be fighting game combos. There gets a point where it's once you're mentally done, you just gotta fucking stop. You're doing yourself no favors, and if anything, you're just building resentment for what you're supposed to be enjoying, Same for anything, really. Gotta be careful about burnout, but try a high angle here. They say in the lesson that it's like, yeah, like do the angle that's like comfortable for you. Like don't force yourself to do all these weird angles and shit. And I'm like, I mean, I understand that to some extent, but yeah, fighting games aren't simple to get into. I try to get my friends into them now and again, but they're just, oh man. The funny thing is, I'm even like, still be considered like super novice, and I don't even want to think about how many hours I have just in like training mode. But, I don't know, there's something really satisfying, even in just like training mode, getting off like a real sick combo that you've been working on, or like figuring out something that like loops. Oh, I drew from the wrist there. I wasn't supposed to do that. Gotta focus a little bit. That was okay. Yeah, low entry, endless skill cap. You're telling me. You are telling me. It's fun though. It's fun though. What was that? I was actually have something funny to show you. I was doing the ghosted lines yesterday, and they were not coming out well. I was getting salty. So for my fun drawing for the day, I ended up cooking this up. Was getting very unhappy with ghosted lines. I'm like, I'm just gonna like doodle something angry in my little sketchbook. Yeah. And then I managed to not even be able to write cursive W right. So I was a little scuffed. It's supposed to be the fancy, disregard wenches, acquire currency, but when you fuck up wenches, you end up reverting a little bit. But that was my fun drawing for yesterday, along with some messing around in the pixel stuff, but this is going to be a bit of a tricky one, mostly because of the bit of wobble in that one, but I think if I pull the paper down a little bit towards me, yeah, it feels alright. Yeah, actually, I came out pretty good. I'm happy with that line. It's got a little bit of wobble to it, but for the size and angle, we'll take it. It's nice too, actually, with this, like watching what's his name? Uncomfortable, the dude who made this program, his videos, is like, for all the talk about like no hesitation and straight lines and stuff, like even like some of his practice lines have like at least a little bit of curve in it. Helps humanize it a bit, I think. A little short on that line, but not the end of the world. I think the funniest thing I saw while looking this up, though, was naturally, when you're doing an exercise, you gotta, look up on Reddit and compare yourself just to make sure you're not like the suckiest that's ever sucked. And of course, naturally, the only things people post and are upvoted are impeccable examples. But one person had like perfect ones, and someone was like, you're doing this on digital, which like, yeah, at lesson 1, whatever, that's fine, you can do that, but like, I'm pretty sure you just have like automatic line smoothing on your pen settings. So the OP went back and checked, and they were like, yeah, I did. I guess I should probably redo these, huh? It's like the exercise is supposed to be manually going over 8 lines, and you've literally just got your pen like automatically straight lining it for you. But a little short on those last 2, but whatever. Let's make Nevada. Oh wait, no, I think I need too many points for that. So like 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I could do that. So like if I go like 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Yep, embrace the imperfect. is what we are all about here. Should probably make these a bit bigger. These little short ones are giving me a hell of a time. But overshot that, but like that just... I'm happy with that line, actually. Pretty happy with that one. A little curve on that one, but I'm pretty happy with that too. Just focus on the individual lines, not the overall shape. I'm overshooting on that ghosting a little bit, so pull it back a little bit. Nice. Not sure how I'm going to make that far corner work, but I'll figure that out. Now, do I do it this way or from the bottom? Probably from the bottom, right? If I just roll my paper down. Nah, I think from the top, actually. Not curving it, just going right in there. This one's kind of tricky to visualize. I can do it a little more horizontally. Has a bit of an arc to it, but close enough. And then we're supposed to do like here. It's roughly half-half, right? Let's go sideways. Yeah, let's go sideways here. Okay. Overshot that, but that's just kind of like where the points lie. Off axis, but with the shape of that one either way, whatever. I'm gonna try a bit of a bigger one. Let's go down here. Do 1, 2, maybe like 3. Then not quite out all the way to a square. Actually, fuck it. 4. Just got that a little bit, but whatever. I don't know. For the first time I've been streaming any... I mean, I only started this week, but... just having the incentive to talk through my thought process. Kind of nice. Not bad. Put a little tip down there by mistake. Caught my hand on my desk. Maybe do this the other way then. Gotta work on my grip a little bit. Yeah, it is good thinking out loud. My neighbor probably thinks I'm psychotic. Actually, no, my neighbor's pretty used to it because I talk to people on Discord a lot, but also doesn't speak English, so that kind of works in my advantage. But finding the midway points, think you just guess. I don't think you're supposed to measure it or anything. You literally just... Because you do the corners first, and then you just kind of like, they cross here, so the midway points are probably here-ish. At least in the video. Kind of wing it. This one's a bit wobbly, but you can still make nice lines in the middle. Or marks, as they call them now, I guess. Wasn't aware that was the nomenclature. Yeah, so like you see, like, would be like roughly here. I mean, I could probably actually rule it if you really wanted to, but I think that's not really the point. Oh, it might be. Who knows? Apparently this, like... Yeah, they are always supposed to be through the middle. Where the two diagonals cross. I just kind of... I scuffed it on that one pretty badly. But I think that's why you do the diagonals first, because it's pretty easy to... It's easier, rather, to do that, and then have that, like, extra mental reinforcement of, oh yeah, this is supposed to go through the middle. Don't know. They don't really go into it too much. Just like, yep, just do it in the middle at the end. In the explanation, at least. I think they even have a few examples where they're like, oh, your things in the middle might not line up perfectly, but it's not a big deal at this point. Apparently most of lesson 1, the whole thing, yeah, it tricks you into thinking of perspective, and then you add like ellipses on top of it afterwards, like later in the lesson or something, when you get into drawing circles and stuff. But apparently the biggest thing with lesson 1 is just like, not thinking, but like, what do they call it? Drawing with confidence, I guess. It's like not having things be like, oh, I have to draw straight. Just like being like, nope, line. And then just using the ghosting to help pin down where you want to. Nope, line. Like that. A little overshot, but it's a nice straight line. Ish. Let's do another big one. Let's do a big one. Nice fat one in the middle here. Did it again. Oh well. Gotta keep in mind to draw from the shoulder too, especially on the short ones, and not just like default to wrist. Can feel my hand kind of like wanting to like push up a little bit there, which I'm not sure if that's just like a bad angle I'm at, or it's part of the confidence. I think that's all right. Oh, it wasn't bad, just not far enough. Too far, a little sloppy. Didn't ghost that one well enough. Same with that one. Overthought that one. Starting to think too much. Let's slow down a little bit. Yeah, I can't, because I can't. I gotta go all the way through. I can't just like... I gotta... Make one slow next. Yeah, I'll do a little slow one in the corner. Well, these middle ones might save this one. So then in the middle of these two would be... This one would be like right around here. Pretty sure. I think that's a little low, but whatever. Like, not unnatural slow, but slow enough, yeah. It's the problem. Just trying to find that balance between just, like, whiplash speed and doing it properly. Or doing it too slow, rather. Alright, let's do a slow one up here, then. Or a slower one. Still try to keep the shape kind of open, though. Alright. Gonna ghost slow, too, I think. Well, it wasn't bad. I just missed the line a little bit. I love these emotes, by the way. Good old Caparos. Yeah, actually went pretty well. Alright, and then, okay. Not actually making those lines may confuse me as where to go next. Thanks, man. Oh, yeah, there we go. The emotes. Yeah, the emotes are great. I thought you were talking about my lines. That's the point. They're not supposed to be good. I think it's the same issue, actually, with fighting games. You'll memorize all the inputs to a combo, and you're just like, input it as fast as possible. And then it turns out you actually need to, like, delay things a little bit. And you're, like, trying to do it faster and faster. Like, no, I'm not doing it fast enough. That must be why it's not working. And it turns out you're actually just, like, way overdoing it, and you're just getting, like, salty over nothing because all you have to do is just, like, wait. Let's do these diagonals. Start with the big one. Try to find a good angle for it. I think maybe... Yeah, it feels pretty good. Ends here. I curved that one. Actually, I liked that angle. That was a good angle. Don't really care that I can't see it, but it felt good. Yeah, actually, I'm pretty happy with that line, even if it overshot. Yeah, losing control by going too fast. Yeah. Yup. That's how it be. Equating speed to cover up sloppiness or whatever. Or speed, yeah. Yeah, basically. Like, if I go too fast, how can it be sloppy? Just gotta slow down and enjoy the ride. That's why I picked the lo-fi playlist. It's nice and slow. Can you imagine trying to do this to like some fucking power metal? Actually, I might do that next time. That might be fun. I do like me some metal. Scuffed the line a little bit, or I touched on a little too early, but I'm actually pretty happy with how that one came out. Thanks for telling me to slow down a little bit. Pretty happy with that, all things considered. Even if some of the outer frames didn't quite make it. Before I get too carried away, I'm gonna knock out this small one in the corner that I have space left over for. Nice thing about the edge of the paper is I can only overshoot so far. I can think of another challenge if you want. I don't know if I'm supposed to be experimenting on this one, dude. I think that's just how I'm supposed to be doing these things. If you want to give me a good theme for something to try for pixel art later, then you can go ahead. Besides the landscape, I did landscape yesterday. It just turns into abusing the dithering brush. That felt pretty good. I mean, if it's in the vein of it, go ahead. Oh, I thought you meant like thinking up of one. Not that you already had one ready to go. Oh, where you don't turn the paper? Ah, yeah, I mean, they specifically say to turn the paper for now, but I could try it. Might as well. Gotta figure out my angles sometime. Maybe I'll mark it off separately. I think this one I'm just gonna do like full horizontal. Trying to do it without resting my hand on the paper is kind of hard. Because I'll just be hover handing this one. But oh man. Oh, that's what happened. Whoops. Give me like half a second. I need to get a tissue. My hand was getting tired, so I shook it and I got ink everywhere. Hope I didn't scuff this pen much. Kind of lost a bit of ink. But oh well, I gotta take a shower later anyway, so not the end of the world. Alright, well, that's a lesson learned for the day. Don't shake your Don't shake your fancy new fine liner pens. Get ink all over the fucking place. I get it on my... Ooh, I got it on like my table and stuff too. Oh, well, my mouse pad covers this area usually. Okay. Alright, I gotta finish this one. Finish this one, and then I can do the no rotate one. Give it a go. So corners. Kind of lost track of where the corner is with that huge blob, but whatever. Curl that at the end. Try to do like a vertical hold on this one so I'm not like dragging my pinky so much on my desk. That's alright. Alright. What was I doing? One without rotating? Where should we do that? Let's do like a decent sized one for that then. Go like up here. Go like a squarish one. Alright. Angle locked. Do I want to pull or push? Go sideways first. That's the most natural angle for me. Do the top one as well. Thought a little too much on that one and pulled it, but whatever. Do I push or pull? Push or pull? I think pull. I'll pull this one too then. Maybe try pushing that one as an experiment. Nah, I'll just pull this one too. That's not too bad. Alright, now the corner is going to be tricky. This one I'm just going to like up, right? Yeah, push is good to know. I'm just worried about like jamming, accidentally like jamming my nib in by trying to do like a hasty push or something. And then causing another ink explosion. That wasn't too bad. This one I can actually get away with pulling as well. Just pull top right to bottom left. Ooh, I don't crinkle the paper. Kinda missed a little bit, but is whatever. Yep. Tool limitations. I do like that this is all in ink, though. Honestly, because I know 100% I would be one of the types who would just, like, erase and, like, get trapped on, like, the first lesson trying to do the same thing over and over if I did this in pencil. Oh, yeah, my LED is, like, freaking out on the camera a little bit up there, but whatever. No rotating. Let me just do the last one through the middle there. And there you go. Not rotated. Not much worse than any of my other ones. Oh yeah, those ink blots did go through over here. Oh well. Oh yeah, with brushes for sure. Yeah, you don't want to get split ends in your brushes. Or in your actual hair for that matter. Split ends suck. Kind of want to do like a trapezoid one here. Like here, here, here above where that one ended up. And here. I'm going to go back to rotating. I'm going to slow it down a lot. Kind of consistently undershooting, but might be something worth adjusting. Honestly, this corner will probably fill that in a little bit, though. Oh, man. Accidentally put my tip down again. Curvy a bit, but... Yeah, the problem is even ghosting, I realize, like, my hand kind of, like... has this, like, subtle, like... kind of, like, subtly kind of wants to, like, arc up in, like, a leftward kind of curve. Like, a kind of a bit of a crescent in there when I do this angle. So I gotta kind of work against that. Yeah, like you see there, it kind of curved a little bit, but... let's do this one full horizontal. That's not bad. Started a little late, but... And then the middle of this one would be, like, what, here and here, roughly. Yeah, buckling and compensating, yeah, for sure. Especially, like, doing the whole, like, from trying to use the whole shoulder thing. Because even, like, handwriting, I'm definitely one of those ones where when I handwrite, I just, like, anchor the wrist and, like... I'm very much not used to that. I accidentally did a little scuff mark there, but... that was actually a pretty good line, I think. That last horizontal one right there. Almost on the money. Let's do a few more, like, largest ones, because I really only have these two so far, so I'll use this bottom space for, I think, probably could fit 2 more large ones in here. Can do... something like that. I can fit 1 more tucked into that corner. Yeah, if I go where my eyes are following, it puts me to the left of that, so... Honestly, I think not being able to see where I'm drawing to kind of works better in some ways. Especially with the ghosting it. Which, I mean, I guess is a good problem to have, because, I mean, the vast majority of drawing, you can't really exactly see exactly where your pen is going all the time, so... Where's my eye resting? You mean, like, where does my eye usually focus to? Generally speaking, so when I'm ghosting, I kind of follow the pen tip itself, just to try to make sure it's kind of straight. But I do find my focus kind of stops right around here. It's kind of hard to see on the camera. But, once my pen, if I'm focusing on the pen tip too much, I think what happens is when, like, the metal part of the nib starts covering up, like, the goal mark, and I'm focusing on the pen nib instead, my, like, brain is like, oh yeah, stop here, even though, like, there's still, like, another half a centimeter or so to the actual mark. Yeah, the destination instead of the tip. Yeah, I've heard that as well. I'll try that for this mark. Try that for the ghosting too, actually, because that's one thing I haven't been doing is, like, when I ghost it, I've just been looking at where I'm going, not actually, like, looking at the end mark. So focus there, and then just switch to the end mark. I missed that entirely. I know you're not supposed to double line them, but I, like, skipped over that one a bit. I'll try it again down here. This one's kind of a tricky angle. Spin it around. Nah, I think this is actually... Oh yeah, this is good. See, like, doing it this way, actually, I can't even see where I'm going, but I know where it is, so... Yeah, see? Ones where I'm like, I'm literally, like, entirely covering this with my hand, and it just comes out, like, pretty much fine. No, that is, for drawing straight lines, that is a big thing, because it, that also has to do with the mentality of the, trying to go too slow and looking at where you're currently going, leading you to do a bunch of, like, micro corrections and stuttering. Because by looking at the destination, your body will automatically make the pen go there. Is the explanation I've read about that. Which is why with, like this shit, the ones where you're, like the superimposed lines where you do it over the top, that's why it's generally okay if they fray a little bit on the tail end, like I drew from this side. But since you're putting it down in the same point, they just go. Yeah. But try looking at the tail point a bit more. See how that does things. Trying to get them good habits early, you know? Get them while I'm still baby. I corrected a little at the end there. Looking forward to that 250 box challenge in a couple of weeks, though. That looks like a riot. Haven't decided yet if I'm gonna do this over the weekend or if I want it to just be like a weekend or a weekday thing I do every day. Have guitar as a weekday thing I'm doing every day, and I take the weekends off, but haven't quite decided with the drawing yet. Honestly, probably depends on how bored I get just doing games. That's ass. The 250 box thing. Yeah. Apparently, it's where a lot of people quit. There was a pretty funny blow-up post on Reddit actually 2 days ago about somebody who was like, skipped the 250 box thing, went into lesson 2 and was like, why is everyone else's stuff so good? Why is this all so hard? What the hell? This program is whack. And everyone was just like, That was a pretty funny read while I was just sitting at work chuckling. Someone's like, is this like literally your first time drawing? They were like, yeah, but I'm going to do a different program and I'm going to get better than all y'all and I'm going to make a competitor and it's going to blow this shit out of the water. And I'm like, alright, bud. Okay. You, best of luck to you. Best of luck. I pulled that one a bit. It's fine though. Alright, a few more on page 1 of this hellish exercise will be done. Actually, it hasn't been too bad, honestly. Let's do a little funky one here. Jut it out a little bit. Probably shouldn't be doing so many small ones, but it's just what the space gives me. One thing I did notice though is wait, was that 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay. Yeah. When it comes to the ghosting thing, I honestly might be overdoing it a little bit. I noticed this yesterday too, where let me check this out. No work, only good. The Fundies book and a fucking titty waifu anime book. Yep. No work, good. But I realized yesterday when I was like having a really bad time with the ghosted lines too, where I was like, if I like, you know, really slowly did like 20 of them, I would just like end up like psyching myself out a bit too much. So I honestly found just like doing like 3 or 4 and then just fuck it, putting the line down seemed to work a little better. Not sure if that's like where you're supposed to get to or how you're supposed to do it, but maybe for like page 2 of this tomorrow, that's what I'll try. I don't want to like hard limit myself on like the number of ghost strokes I do, but I might try that for a couple of them. Psst, I don't ghost. Yeah. Don't think, feel. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me and all other 0 viewers. You're good. You're good. No one will ever see the light of day. I'll delete the VOD. No evidence. No survivors. Somebody did that on one of my Discords today. They were just joking, but they were like saying something super seriously shady against how we operate in that Discord. And they're like, yeah, dude, just do that. And PM me when you see this, I'll delete the evidence. And somebody just immediately screenshotted it and pinned it. He's like, damn it. I forgot about that. The classics. Yeah, for Random, that one actually came out pretty alright. Let's do a big one in the corner now. Like another parallelogram kind of one, I think. I know this chord progression. Do, 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 do. An oldie but a goldie. Babby's first sad lo-fi beat, I guess. It was off, but not by much. Oh, that was good. 3 might be the magic number for me, honestly. Ooh, this angle sucks. I gotta move my mouse. Put down a mark trying to freaking ghost this. Oh, it was actually pretty close. And then the middle for the perspective on this one would be what, like here-ish, right? Further down on that side, a little further up on that side? Maybe? Probably. I don't fucking know. But that's where the lines are, so that's where we're drawing them. A little overshot, but... yeah, so that one I'm going like starting under there and ending over there, so I could either rotate the paper and do the same stroke or just the stroke. Too many variables. Oh, that's better. Undershot and curved off a little bit, but had the trajectory actually pretty good there on that one. Alright, let's do a couple more and could probably fit a few. Probably do like one small one here, one medium one here, one small one here, one medium here. So I'm using up all of this incredibly expensive artistic paper printer that I paid like 300 yen for 500 sheets of. Let's do this horizontal one first. And this long shot up here. Should be like through here. Can't remember if he's just like eyeballing the center. Actually, let me look at the instructions again. Yeah, just bisect the plane into both dimensions. That doesn't really... for now, this exercise has nothing to do with perspective, so don't worry about it. Okay. I will take your word for it. Lord knows this perspective ain't real. Actually, that one came out pretty good. I'm happy with that one. Bullshit, this had nothing to do with perspective. There's no perspective here. Oh, actually, looking at it, I haven't actually stepped back to look at the whole page yet, but, looking at it on my webcam view, my OBS view up here, yeah, I can see it a little bit. The ink blotches look like some sketchy ass eyes, though. Good to know that I can't just, randomly shake the pen around. Gotta be careful with that. But yeah, I can't wait for them to just, I'm gonna flip the next page and it's gonna be like, this was actually teaching you about perspective the entire time. Like, yeah, no shit. Or training your subconscious for perspective or something. I mean, it's even called planes. You're not fooling anybody. Yeah, I curved that one badly, but let's do this one this way. Do like a kind of an overhand angle, I guess. Oh, that's a good mark. Might do the next page with a different fine line or two. I got the what was it, the Stadlaters that they recommend, and then I also picked up. Funny thing, so I've used Sakura microns before. Camera is not focusing on them very well. This is actually a Sakura micron. I didn't know, but in Japan they actually straight up the style of it is entirely different. I'm used to the tan ones with the big bold black lettering, but they're just blue and gold out here. It's kind of an interesting little difference. Because when I first searched them on Amazon, I was like, is this the right thing? I'm pretty sure I bought these growing up, but turns out, yep, they're just a little different. So that was kind of neat. So this is supposed to go up here. Let's do this the opposite way. Here down to here. Bisect it probably here, right? That looks about right. Yeah, I'm in Japan. I'm a teacher. Well, teacher. Bunny ears out here. Teach English. Not for too much longer, though. I'll only be here for another year. Nice gig. I like it out here. It's pretty good. Living out here is pretty nice, honestly. I mean, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. It's not like I'm out in Akihabara, buying weeb shit all the time, or enjoying big city life in Tokyo, or eating gourmet sushi. Actually, I do eat sushi a lot, but I'm out in the countryside, but I like it quite a lot. Food is great. North. I'm in Hokkaido. I'm in middle of nowhere Hokkaido, though. I'm not even near Sapporo or anything, so. Weather is actually amazing up here, though. I would not trade that for anywhere else in the country. I look at some of the temperatures they get down in Tokyo and Osaka, and I'm like, fuck that. I will gladly take a little snow in the winter over having to drown in 90% humidity, 35 degrees Celsius in the summer. I'm not about that life. Not in the slightest. Yep, big ol' island. I mean, it's an island, but it's so massive. It takes so long to get around. It doesn't even really feel like it, to be honest. A lot of the time. Like, to get from one end, quote unquote, to the other is... Like, if you went furthest tip to furthest tip, it's probably like... I don't know, maybe like 12, 15 hours of driving. A bit more. But it's nice up here. I like it quite a bit. Sucks that a lot of the like great tourist and like naturey sites are actually all kind of on the east side where I'm not, or not the east side, the west side, like over by Sapporo. But it is nice when I do get the chance to go out there. Not right now though, because we are in a state of emergency again. This is like our 4th or 5th one now. Pull that one a little bit. Gotta focus up on these last few ones. My brain's entirely toasted for the day. Yep. Yep, Corona. Had summer vacation, so everyone and their mother, I mean myself included, honestly, I'm not gonna roll myself out of this, but everybody had to get out a little bit during the summer while they could, so numbers back up. Everything shut back down. Well, except schools, work, just travel in general for now. But tis what it is. Gives me more time to draw boxes. Wow. Instead of driving around the rest of the island. Chunk in the middle got so messed up. Alright, one more medium one in the corner, one last tiny one over there, and I'll call this page good. Or, well, done, at least. I don't think I would ever call this page good, but... It's not the point of it. It's not supposed to be good. It's supposed to be practice. It's been a pretty good practice session, though, honestly. I don't get how people can blaze through this. I mean, obviously I'm taking my time talking. And it took me a minute or two to get set up, but I've been on for, what, like an hour and a half? An hour and a half for a page of this. But do not get people who are like, yeah, I've been doing it for 2 days and I'm like halfway through my boxes. Like, damn, dude. Stop and enjoy the flowers a bit. That one's actually not a bad little box. Let's do these corners. Worked that one a little bit, but Oh, I love this one. This one's a bop. Good track. Alright, last box. Or plane, rather. Go. Here. I'm not going to take it all the way up, but... Almost left my elbow down there. Whoops. I missed, but that was a good confident line, so I'm happy with it. Confident or just like tired, maybe. Stuff is draining sometimes. Turned out being a really weird little plane at the end there, but probably because this last point was so far out, but this bisection shouldn't be too bad though. Just like push that one up there. And do the little vertical one up here, right? Right through there. Something went wrong with that one, but... Alright, there you have it. That is one day's worth of ghosted planes. Yeah, looking at it from, well, looking at it from afar, looking like up the webcam, that's sure some planeage. I don't know, though. Looking at it from far, though, even if, like, the points are really rough, but at least in the middle, like, I feel like the straightness of some of these lines, like, these lines look pretty good to me. These two. This one has, like, I could see a bit of an arc down there. But, I don't know. Like, looking at lines individually, I can see, like, most all of them have some pretty big flaws, but there are, looking at it, like, big picture-wise, there's a little bit of progress in there, I think. But, we'll see. I think, if I had to say one I actually like the most, as far as perspective goes, it's probably this one right here. Like, that one actually looks like it's, like, dipping down. Which is kind of cool. This one kind of ended up as like the last one I did here ended up kind of as like a pyramid shape due to like that messed up intersection there. Like I can almost see like a pyramid plane or like like one plane of the pyramid here, one plane here, and then another one hidden around the back. But fun to look at. Fun to look at. All right, I'm gonna label this. What day is it? The 3rd. Yeah, September 3rd. This is what, day 4? I don't fucking remember. Day 2, day 3. Oh yeah, these were the ghost lines that were tilting me super hard yesterday. Was not having a good time with them. Like those ones right there. Like the squigglies everywhere. Ah, made me salty. Made me quite salty indeed. They are for sure. So 9-3, day 4. All right. 9-3, day Planes. Number 1. Cool. Ugh. Can roll my mouse pad on back now. Ugh. A little dusty, don't mind that. Swap back to lesson view actually. Oh man, my mouse pad's kind of all over the place. That should be fine. Ugh. What time is it? Oh my god. It is a lot later than I thought it was. It's already 9 for me. Whoops. I guess I started kind of late. Alright, well. Probably gonna do some pixel stuff later, but I don't know if I'm gonna actually do that on stream, because I think I'm gonna just watch some YouTube in the background while doing that. But post the result of that on Twitter at least. Actually, I was thinking I might try to make a new channel icon in pixel art today. I was thinking of doing what was I thinking of doing? Kind of like the Stardew Valley sprites. I was thinking of doing one where it's like the Stardew Valley sprites of a Java. Keep my theme going there. This is day 2, day 3, day 4. Alright, I gotta keep this in order before I lose anything. I was gonna bring home some clear files because I have a ton of them sitting around at work, but completely forgot. Do that next week. Alright. Well, I think that's gonna do that for me for now, but thanks for hanging out for so long, Zombie Brand. It's been nice chatting. It's been a good time. Yeah. Haven't decided if I'll do any over the weekend, but definitely Monday. I'll probably around the same time I'll definitely be continuing on this in some capacity, even if it's just practicing the same shit. But you have a wonderful Friday, wherever you may be. This be Mad Jama signing off. Yeah. Cheers, dude.